Now this tip will make you an unstoppable ball striker, and it is one of the main reasons why the recent US Open champion Bryson DeChambeau is so unbelievably consistent with his irons and driver. And what this tip is, this is having that left arm really extended and really straight post impact. This is something we see not only Bryson do so good, but we see all the best players in the world have that trait in their golf swing. And you might think, okay, that left arm being really straight after the golf ball, why does that matter for me hitting a good golf shot? That's after I've hit the ball, but it's how that influences your movement going through the golf ball with all the good stuff that it will get into your golf swing. And we're going to get into a great drill to do for this. But first, 2 reasons why this is so good. So the technique it gets into your golf swing is, number 1, having that left arm straight keeps this club face really stable and square to the swing arc going through the golf ball. Because I'll see so many amateur golfers get through the golf ball and be really bent with their lead arm coming through. The more bent you are with your lead arm, whether it's happening after impact, whether it's starting even beforehand, that means that club face is going to be closing down. As soon as that club gets closer, as soon as that left arm bends, you're going to see how the club face is going to turn over. So for us to play good golf, we need this club face to be nice and square. We don't want something that's going to close it down and give you instability. Not good for us. So that's where, when we're having this left arm straighter going through the golf ball, it keeps that club face really nice. So that's where you can see, like the top guys like Bryson hit such a consistent shot window, is because they are keeping that movement going through impact nice and stable. That left arm being straight as we're going through is such an important part of it. We absolutely need it in there. And number 2, it stops you hitting shots like this, fins and tops. So again, if I am having that left arm bend and break down going through impact, it brings the club closer to me. It brings ultimately the height of the swing arc further away from the earth. So if that height of the swing arc moves up, of course, that's going to then influence my strike location on the golf ball to be more up. I don't need the club to move that much higher for me to either hit the equator of the golf ball being a dead thin, or the top of it, we all know what that's going to be, an awful top shot. So this is why we see so many amateur golfers have that move. Normally when you see someone hit a top shot, what is the playing partner going to say? You lifted up your head, which is most of the time absolutely not the case. Most of the time, because we can see I'm going to keep my head down, and there we go. Look at how good of a top that was. Head was down the entire time. But what did happen? My left arm bent inwards. So that is the key here. If we want to keep that swing arc nicely going into the ground where we want to go and through impact, again, we want the lowest point of the swing arc to be after the golf ball, but we want that swing arc traveling down. We need to keep that left arm straighter going through there. So that's where if I keep that left arm straighter immediately, we have those really nice strikes going through there. So absolutely, there's some things to be careful of just before we get into the drill. The drill is absolutely amazing for this. Gets you there every time. It's actually 2 drills to do. But things to be careful of when diagnosing this and trying to do this with your swing. So a thing to be careful of here when getting this into your golf swing is addressing, is there a reason why in your swing that this breakdown happens with that left arm pulling up and in? And most often I see players do this is because of their swing path being too out to win. Because if we are too out to win with our swing path, getting over the top, for example, for me, then with this club traveling way outside the ball line, if I'm going to do anything other than shank it, I've got to pull that left arm in to be able to make contact. So I really have to pull it in there. And of course, what's that doing? That's breaking down that left arm. That's giving me all this horrible structure. That's why, again, we see the players who do this, that nice straight left arm post impact, like Bryson, swing path's that little bit on the in. So you can have it a little bit on the out for sure. We just don't want extreme on the outside. So we need that swing to be nicely on path to be able to keep that nice and straight. What's another reason why? So one other big reason why, which actually this drill and these drills I'm going to show you with is going to help, and that is the body rotation slowing down. When the body rotation slows down going through the golf ball, let's say you're very armsy we're coming through the ball, you would have to have the arms cramp up to pass through and past your body. So that's where, if we're doing that, of course, arms have to really cramp up. And if I'm turning the body through, of course, the body's leading the turn through there, then it's so much easier for me to keep that left arm nice and straight. Again, if my body rotation slows or stalls out, arms have to pass and they'll be then cramping up going through the golf ball with that left. So I need that body rotation to keep moving and keep flowing through for me to be able to do this move. And these drills are actually going to help with that tremendously. Okay, so drill number one here, and this is what I call a quick stop. So a quick stop is where you get to shaft parallel in the follow through and stop there. That is the quick stop. So we can do this in two different ways before we get to the other drill. So you can see, what am I doing here? If I'm stopping at shaft parallel, I'm stopping to where I can physically see that left arm is nice and straight. That left arm is straight here, it is going to be straight at impact, keeping all those nice things. So I could start off for the first variation of this half swing. This is where this could also be called the 9 to 3, 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock drill. Just so I'm getting it, this is what I'd recommend everyone to start off with. 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, left arm, nice and straight there. I can physically do it every time because I'm keeping it nice and small, nice and bite size. 9 to 3, absolutely brilliant. That was a lot longer than 9 o'clock on the way back, but it will do. I got in that position nicely. You're going to notice as you do this as well, your body is going to rotate tremendously better going through the shot. Club face is going to be stable. You're going to be hitting them, almost landing the ball on top of each other as you do it. That's why we see people like Mo Norman back in the day. We know Bryson had a lot of his swing kind of inspiration of was from him. Mo Norman, where's he at the end of his swing? He gets this really extended position. What did Mo Norman used to do? Land ball on top of the golf ball every single time. It's amazing. So this would be great. And once we get used to that, we can get it into more of a fuller backswing and then again stopping in that same spot. So fuller backswing here, still going to go nice and soft though. There we go, absolutely brilliant. That is a great one. I've done this a ton myself. It sequences up arm and body swing nicely as well. But again, it keeps that club face under lovely control, keeps the strike really nice, gives you a great thud. Feels awesome. Striking feels great when you do it. Look at that. Feels like someone's grabbing my club and pulling it. Again, just a little word of caution here. When you are getting it long, don't go dead straight in front. You need it still to curve round with that long left arm. Don't just go dead straight out in front. Long left arm around your body. So that is the first drill, two variations of it. Second drill is with one of these training aids, ball training aids. So the one I always recommend players to get is the Tour Striker Smart Ball, but ultimately any ball training aid is absolutely great. Could even be a cheap inflatable ball that you could get. So that's where just put this in between your arms, just like so. And now, of course, what's that going to do? That's going to keep that structure again. Because if I break down that left arm, what's going to happen? The ball's going to immediately drop. So again, if I keep this in between the arms and start with a 9 to 3, so 9 to 3, again, that was a little bit longer than 9 o'clock on the way back, but again, kept this ball in between the arms very, very nicely. Awesome. So again, this helps with rotation. Just at the end here, I'll show you if you're an over-the-top golfer, how to do something additional as well to help for that. But again, for this, it just gives you great feel. I love this training aid. I use this all the time when I'm practicing myself. Keeps me really turning through the golf ball nicely. Good arm structure, just absolutely awesome. So then build that swing up, get to that same position. But the good thing about this training aid is, yes, we can do that quick stop, but we can also just swing all the way through. And if we keep this in between our arms, we know our left arm is going to be in a nice position. There we go. Brilliant. Awesome, awesome one to do. So again, if you're the one who struggles with rotation going through the golf ball, this is absolutely brilliant. There are moves in your golf swing that can cause you to stop your rotation going through impact. That's where I have a course down in the description, which is the ultimate guide to rotation in the downswing. There's a link there. Takes you through to everything you want to know and about how to get better rotation into your golf swing, what's stopping you, what can help you, and of course for online lessons with myself as well. Down in that description, absolutely, we can work from anywhere in the world and we'll get to the bottom of it. But what you can do if you are that over-the-top golfer, grab something like an alignment stick. I've got the swing plate here. And if you want one of these, there is a discount code in the description as well for a cheaper swing plate. Absolutely brilliant. So, okay. Let's imagine I'm hitting the ball over here, because I'm not going to hit it over there. Don't want to annoy the neighbours. So here we go. Let's have this here. Ball in between the arms. Now I've got something out here which I physically have to swing underneath. So if I'm an over the top golfer and I've got, let's say, an alignment stick at a 45-degree angle or swing plate here, if I swing too much out to in, I'm going to hit it. Now I'll just need to swing underneath this additionally. Good hard stop or going all the way through, whatever I decide. And that's a way for you to work on your root cause reason, which will be swinging over the top as well. Knowing that you do that though is half the battle. So even for really most golfers out there, regardless of what's going on in your golf swing, this is an awesome way to practice. So this is where getting this into your golf swing is just such an instrumental thing. Us as golf coaches can tell really the standard of player depending on where they are post-impact. The closer the hands are to your body, you're going to be a higher handicap. The further away, you're going to be a lower handicap.